Alright, so today we're going to be fixing this Asus gaming laptop. It apparently doesn't turn on, doesn't do anything, no power light, power button doesn't do anything. I've already inspected the power adapter, seems to be fine. I've tried plugging it in to see what it does, and as soon as I plugged it in I smelled something burning, like an electrical burning smell. So I immediately unplugged it. So it's got to be something board related. I've already taken the screws out of this. Let's see if we can get this to pop off of here. There we go. Alright, so what we've got here is a pretty decent gaming laptop, I would say. I think it's got a GTX 1060 in it, so not too bad. Pretty high-end Core i7 processor, I believe. Got a nice SSD. It also has a hard drive here as well. So I took the case off earlier just to kind of look at this side of the board, and when I plugged the power adapter in, like I said, I smelled that burning smell, and I plugged it in for a split second just to see where the smell was coming from, and it seemed to be coming from somewhere around here. But on closer inspection, there doesn't look to be anything wrong with anything here. Let me pull my microscope out here. So it smelled like it was coming from somewhere around this area, but nothing really looks to be burnt or anything here. So my guess is it's on the other side of the board. So we're going to take the board out. And we're going to see if we can figure out what the problem is. Let's see. I assume you have to take all of this heatsink off of the board before the board can come out, it looks like, because it overlaps. Well, maybe it'll come out in one piece. It's probably just easier to take it apart. Let's see, we've got our power input here. That's all the same board, okay. For a second I thought this was actually like a daughter board, but it doesn't look like it. Well, they're using a couple different kinds of screws here. Let's see. Oh, here's one. I think that's it. I guess I actually could leave that connect. That's kind of heavy. I don't really want to keep that on the board. Take this off as well. Okay. Not sure what that's for, but. Hey, somebody's been in here before, because this has the little thing that's been punctured. Okay, this should come off. Let's see. Yep, okay. That comes off. Man, did they ever load that up with thermal paste at the factory? Unless somebody else did that. It's like I said, this had been off before. Okay, I'm gonna take the RAM out as well, just because. Alright, let's see if we got all the screws out of this. Seems like we did. Alright, so where I smelled that was this area of the board here. Let me switch it to the close-up cam. So this area of the board right here is where I smelled that. And if we flip that over, we've got two MOSFETs right here. And I believe this is the power jack here. We've got the input running through here, Yeah, so this is going to be your main MOSFET, because there's no MOSFETs on this side of the board. So this is going to be your main power input MOSFET. This is your secondary. And right away I can see, I don't know if this is going to focus on that, you can see that there's obviously this one failed substantially. There's a hole in it. So yeah, that's what I was smelling. So we're gonna see if we can fix this. Let's see here. I'm gonna need my microscope so I can see what kind of MOSFET this is. Where are we here? Right here. Okay, so this is a 6414A. Let me look up a sheet for this. AON 6414, yep, that's going to be an AON product. Data sheet. There is a data sheet available. There usually is. So this is rated at up to 30 volts and 30 amps. And I did notice that the power supply on this thing is quite substantial. I think it puts out like almost 8 amps. So they probably do need a pretty high powered. This is the same MOSFET, right? 64. Yeah, that says 6414. Okay, so 30 volts, 30 amps. $30 volts at 30 amps. All right. What other MOSFETs do we have on this board? I don't see anything on this side. This is possibly one here. That's the same thing. Okay. I've got some up here. Those are different. Those are 6500s. A couple over here. 6995, 6996, or that's a 6996 as well. Okay, so I mean, usually MOSFETs do not just explode on their own like that. Although kind of does look like maybe something shorted it. I mean, being on the top side of the board when it's in the laptop, this would be under the keyboard. I mean, it could be liquid damage, but I don't really see any other signs of liquid damage here. It actually looks fine, like there's no residue, there's nothing else in the area. Okay, 1 second, I'm gonna look through some of my spare parts bins and see if I've got any MOSFETs that can handle that kind of power. Okay, so it's always nice to have some spare parts. These are some old MacBook boards. No, I don't see anything on here I can use. This is a pretty old board though, so. This is a Sony TV board. Nothing on that. This is, I believe, a Toshiba laptop. Power input. No, this uses totally different styles of MOSFETs. That uses SOC8s. This is possibly an Acer board. Kind of looks like. What do we have here? Where's our power input? Where is our power input on this? I'm not seeing a power input. This also looks like it uses SOC8. Hang on, I might have a couple here by the battery charge circuit. Still not seeing where the power comes into this board. Oh, maybe this is a combination battery and input. Let's see what we got here. I can't read it without the microscope. Okay, so we've got the battery terminal down here, right here, and we've got, what is this? 7636. What was that number we were looking for? $6414, that's right. Let me look up the 7636. Okay. do have a data sheet. This is, what are the source voltage up to 30? Yep, that's correct. Oh, I should look at the gate voltage as well. Gate plus or minus 20, same as this one. So this one, steady drain current. Okay, continuous drain current 30 amps. Continuous drain current 17 amps on this one. That might be a little low for our needs, being a gaming laptop. 7636. What is this? A 1426? Let's look that up. $14.26. 30 plus or minus 20. Oh yeah, this is very low. This is 2.8 amps steady state. Okay, that's not gonna work. And those are the only MOSFETs I see on this board, surprisingly. Oh wait, no, they're using a lot of SoC8s. Got one more laptop board I can check here, otherwise I'll have to switch to some other boards. These look like they're mostly SoC8s. There's a couple of, what are these? TPCA 8030 H. Data sheet, here we go. It's a Toshiba. And this is going to be 30 volts, plus or minus 20, and 24 amps. Okay, we're getting closer there. I'll keep that in mind. We might be okay with that. Let me check these ones as well. I've also got some 8A04. Those are probably going to be lower though. TPCA 8A04H. $30 plus or minus 20. Oh, hang on, what's this? 44 amps? Am I reading this right? If this is actually 44 amps, that would be more than enough for what I need. Let's just double check this here. Data sheets. $30 plus or minus 20, and yeah, drain current 44 amps. Yeah, I think that's gonna be what we're gonna use right there. We're going to use that. Let me just double check that it's the right size for this board. It should be. It looks pretty similar to me. Alright, let's see what we can do. We're going to try and salvage this one. Let's see what we got here. Come on. I always have problems with these Acer and Toshiba boards. They don't want to give up their chips. I don't know what they use for solder, but it has a really high melting temperature. I might have to turn up my supply here. Come on. There we go. I think it's ready now. Yep. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, now I just need to look up which is the gate on this one. Let's see. Circuit configuration. Okay, the gate is number 4. And what do we have here? Okay, so this pin is our gate, because this is our marker. Yeah, this is number 4. Okay. And then on this one, where are we here? Where are we? Oh, here we go. On this, what do we have for a marker here? Okay, we've got a marker there. and that's pin 1. So pin 1, and our gate is, let's see, where do they have the pin out for this thing? Our gate is, again, pin 4. Okay, so this should be oriented this way. Yeah, that looks like it'll fit. Let's just double check that we've got this correct. Okay, yep. So that, man, this Amtex stuff is sticky as hell. Okay, so that's gonna fit just like that. Yep. Okay, that should be simple enough. Oh, I got that set a little bit low. Alright. We should be set with that. Now I know you're probably gonna all get on my case for not actually figuring out why that blew up before I decided to replace it, but I have another spare one of these, so if it blows up again, I can just, then I figure out what it is. My guess is it just failed. Because it looks like it actually burnt up. It's not, I didn't really actually see a hole in that. It just looked to me like it burnt up. So, I think it's probably fine. Alright, let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Missing a temperature monitor for the battery here. There we go. And then this little guy here. There. I'll replace the thermal compound if this works. Or who knows, maybe it'll just blow up again. And then I'll actually have to figure out what went wrong. You know, when you've got a laptop that's designed as a gaming laptop and it has a dedicated GPU, and with as big as Intel chips are getting these days, it's actually kind of hard for me to tell which one of these is the GPU and which is the CPU. Because this one's actually bigger than this one, so I mean this could be the GPU being a 1060, but I assume that the power button on this thing runs through the keyboard connector, so I definitely have to connect that. That's the touchpad. I'm going to plug in the speakers just to see if it's making any noise. We'll plug in the power and the display, and I might as well plug in the CMOS battery as well. Okay, that should be enough to get us running. Let me Oh, I suppose I should put at least a couple screws in the board so it doesn't just flop out. Do one more. And I think I'm going to put one in each of the fans as well because those actually aren't connected to anything. Okay, let me grab the power adapter. So this is a 19.5 volts at 7.7 amps. So I think the highest amperage laptop power adapter I've ever used. Alright, we are going to plug this in and see if it blows immediately. Well, it didn't blow. At least I didn't hear it blow anyways. Don't smell anything burning. No power, but this might run on the battery, in which case it would need to have the battery plugged in order to work. Nothing. Still nothing exploded. And I've still got nothing. Did I forget to plug something in? I wonder if this is a temperature sensor or if this is actually the power button. Let's see. Try that. I'm also going to plug in the touchpad just because. If I can get it past the battery. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. No fan spin. No response at all. Interesting. So we've got nothing at all. What do we have for voltage on the battery? Like, literally nothing. 0.003 volts. Yeah, we've got nothing on the battery. Yeah. The battery's totally dead. The charger, we've got, yep, that's fine, 19.77 volts. When we plug that in, do we get power on the board? Yep, we've got power on the board. That runs power on the board runs, oh, I'm sorry, you can't see. It runs here, it runs here, it runs to the underside of the board. We've got nothing on these coils. Alright, I need to take the board back out again and see if, what was the gate source voltage plus or minus 20? Gate source voltage plus or minus 20. 44 amps, 45 watts. 30 amps. 31 watts. Yeah, I think I need to take the board back apart again. I should have checked whether that was getting power before I put it back together. I mean, I know that this MOSFET that I put in there has enough to power it. Actually, I think I can just, I'm gonna just try and leave this on this time. I'll just unplug the screen and the power from the board for the time being. Oh, that's right, I also screwed the fans in. Okay, I don't think these, yeah, that's all just attached to the board. Okay, everything's up. Speaker, unplug that. Yep, okay, that comes out again. Let's see here. So we've got, let me see. Why is my microscope off? There we go. Oh, my microscope input is off as well. There we go. Okay, so we've got our power input on the other side of the board. Positive is there. From there it runs over to there. Okay, so this is our, that should be our main input right there, yes, okay. So we've got our main input are these pins. Okay, so this is ground, and this is our positive, which means this okay, my microscope just screwed up for a second there. So we've got continuity there, then it runs from there over to that first MOSFET that I just put on the board. So from here to there we've got power, and then on this side we should have nothing now, but when I plug in the power adapter and it opens the gate, let's see. Let me just see here. Okay, I can do that, and then I'll just inject some voltage into it rather than use the power adapter. Well, no, I suppose I could just... I don't know why my microscope keeps doing that, but... Okay, I need to take the plug out of the board here. It's covered by the hinge. Okay, now my microscope hasn't come back yet. It's gotta be a grounding issue with my microscope, because every time I touch my grounding pad it seems to do that. Here's our power adapter, and of course it plugs in the other way. Okay, now we can flip this over and we can plug in our charger, and I'm gonna leave this right here so I can see what we've got for voltage coming through. And we've got nothing. Oh, I'm still in beep mode, that's why. Okay, we've got full charging voltage there. We've got full charging voltage there. And we've got 0.4 volts. What do we have on our gate? Oh, why does this microscope keep doing that? I honestly don't know why. Oh, it could be because the power plug on it is broken. Yeah, that would make sense. Let's do that. Well, now I've really screwed it up. There we go. Okay, so we've got 0.4 volts here and 0.4, hang on, 0.375. And of course we're not going to have anything here. 0.4, yeah, and then nothing on the other side, probably. Yeah, nothing. What's on our gate on this side? Yeah, same, 0.375. Okay, so my guess is we have a short somewhere, and that's probably why this died. Well, the best way to find your short is to inject voltage on the other side of the MOSFETs, and that's where it gets a little fun. Because with being such a high amperage on the board, you might actually have to inject quite a bit of power into it. Let's see, we want 19.5 volts. We want 19.5 at 0.3 to start with. Okay, 19.5, and we're gonna, actually I'm gonna turn that off. So this is our input. Let me get my thermal camera ready. So we can see what we're looking at here. Thermal on so you guys can see it. Alright, so I'm going to inject voltage here. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to try and keep my hand out of the way. We're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. Turn the power on. Okay, we've got 19.5 and it's not taking any amperage. Hang on, I might not have this connected all the way. Oh, I suppose this would be easier for you guys if I did the above view. Or maybe even desk view. Yeah, desk view will work. Okay, so we want that there, and we want this on, and yeah, we've got a short. It's instantly pulling it down. What do we got here? We've got my hand. I'm not seeing anything getting hot. Okay, let's up the amperage then. Let's say 0.8 amps. Okay, let's do the same thing again. Yep, major short. What do we have here? Grounding screw. The bias chip is not getting hot. Okay, we've got nothing on this side of the board that's getting hot. Where do these vias after that go? They go onto that capacitor, correct? Yes? Yes. Okay, so I can inject it on this side of the board as well. So this is our positive. Well, that's a little better. Let's see. Lots of reflective stuff on the board, so it's hard to really see what's going on. Oh, here we go. What's this? I take the power away. Yep, it goes away. Okay, let me get my lens so I can zoom in on whatever that was. Turn that off. Touch that again. Turn that back on. And let's see what we got here. We've got... What is this? Okay, hang on. Keep that view. That's going to be whatever this is here. Now, is that the only thing getting hot? Let's see. Turn that off. Yep, that's a grounding screw. Yeah, that's the only thing getting hot. Okay. Well, if we're shorted, that's going to be our problem. Whatever gets hot is usually the problem. Thermal off. Let's see. Scope. Turn that off. What are we looking at here? We're looking at whatever the hell this thing is. Let's see. That's a 7408. Is that what that says? Yes, 7408. Let's see what we've got there. It's going to be an AON 7408. And that's a N-channel MOSFET, 30 volt. Okay. 30 volt, 18 amps. Okay, it looks like output 3 in, 1 gate. It's a 30 volt plus 20 volt gate source, 18 amps. Okay, let me see if I've got anything. Let's see, what is a 7326? $73.26. 30 volts, plus or minus 20. This is a 6.5 amp. And that one was a, 18 amp. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's see, what else do we have? What are these? 7326, that's what I just looked up. What's this one? Where am I? That's a 7326. I have a feeling that's all I'm going to find on this board. Yep, that's a 7326. Yeah, okay, that's not going to do it for me. What about on this? What's under this black? Nothing. Not seeing anything on here. Nope. Don't see anything on that. Let's check this Toshiba board. No. Nothing on that side. And nothing on this side. What is this? Nope, that's something else. I don't think this old MacBook board is going to have anything, but you never know. It's worth it to look. What are these? Nope, that's not anything, but what about this? That's a MOSFET. What does it say? Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did that just go? Oh, here we go. That is a VD or VJ CCK. VJ CCK. And nothing comes up for that. Let's try 6296. FDM, yep, that's what we need right there. And that is 30 volts plus or minus 20, 11.5, and we needed 18. Actually, we need 11.5 at 100C. What is this? This is continuous 11.5, 2.1 watts. Oh yeah, this is 11 watts. Yeah, that's okay, so that's not gonna work. I think we've got more up here though. 6296s, 6296, 6296. I'm actually kind of surprised that this old MacBook board even had anything on it that was even close. I don't see anything else. Alright, let me look through some more boards then. Old modem boards. And what is this? No, that's a different pinout. That's a different pinout. Don't see anything on that. Got a lot of TV boards. I've been working on a lot of TVs lately. I'm not seeing anything now. This one might have something in it. What is this? I think that's the wrong pinout. Yeah. Right? Wait, where was I? Oh, I was up here. Yeah, that's way too big. I'm not seeing anything on this. Alright, I still have more boards that I can check though. It's a MOSFET, so that's going to be a power delivery. I could check my power boards or something. Like I said, I've got a lot of TV parts right now. Good pointer for those of you who work on TVs. A good way to get a lot of spare TV parts to look through like this is when people are just throwing out TVs on the side of the road with cracked screens or whatever, just grab them. If you live in a place where going to the dump is free, they'll take TVs for free. Just grab all the TVs you find on the side of the road, whether they got a cracked screen or not. take all the power boards and all the boards out of it, and then just take it to the dump and scrap it. It's a good way to get components for free. I'm not seeing anything small enough on any of these TV boards though. Being such a small MOSFET, that's gotta be more of like a micro architecture for stuff like laptops or phones or anything like that. I do have one more bin I can go through to see if I can find anything. This is my last bin of components, so if I don't have anything in here, I'll have to order it. I don't see anything on that. I have a feeling I'm going to end up having to order a replacement. And hopefully that's the whole issue, is that MOSFET's just shorted. Because I hate when you order parts for something and then you go and replace it and that doesn't actually fix the problem and something further down the line is also shorted. But that really was the only thing that was getting hot, so my guess is that's the only problem. And if that shorted, that would make sense that it would take out the main MOSFET. I wonder if I could find something like that on an old phone or something. I have a lot of old phones sitting around. What do we have on this? Oh, that's dirty. Can't even read any of this stuff anymore. What is this? No idea what that even says. I don't think that's what I need though. Yeah, this board is like destroyed. What about on here? Nope. Nope. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to end up ordering what I need for that, because I'm not seeing anything that I've already got on hand, unfortunately. I've got a couple old phones I can check, but... Oh, I guess I have some old tablets too I could pull some components off of if I have what I need. No, there's nothing on this. Got a lot of tablets with cracked screens that aren't worth fixing because they're only like $50 tablets in the first place. So the people just didn't opt towards fixing any of them because it's just not worth it. I'm not seeing any MOSFETs on any of this though, and especially, you know, on a tablet you're not going to find MOSFETs that are 11 amps anyways. But well, I guess that's probably going to be the end of this video then, because I don't have what I need to fix this. Well, I'll have to order some parts, and hopefully when I get those in, I can start this video back up again. Start where we left off. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I guess I'll see you again in, who knows, a week? Maybe a couple days? Probably a week, though. I usually only work on stuff on the weekends these days. But we'll give it a shot. Maybe we can find something not from China and we can get it by next weekend.